Okay, can we get your name and introduction?
Yes. So my name's Ashley. I'm a senior. I'm studying psychological and brain sciences, and I hope to go into either the data science field, but ultimately I want to go to PA school.
Cool. So, how did you first hear about AI?
I think I first heard about AI through like the movies. They always like kind of made it seem like this big thing. I think um, it was like this Disney movie. I think it was called like I House or something like that. Like where there was like artificial intelligence like that kind of helped with like all house things and like da da da. Or even like with any robot movies, they kind of talked about AI in that. So that's when I was first exposed to it.
Cool. So, since AI has been released to like the general public, we can all access it now. How do you think society has handled or reacted to the integration of AI?
Um, I think I've heard a little bit of both. I know for my field specifically, getting my master's in data science, so like obviously that we do use some like machine learning and like we are doing some AI. So it, I think some fields are like okay with it, they're excited about it. But then I also have heard both ends of the spectrum where people are scared of it, and like that taking over jobs and all that stuff. But that will never ever actually happen, and I think it's actually very beneficial. I think the first like AI I ever like used myself was Grammarly, like the editing
Yeah.
stuff, like that's AI in itself. So that was like the first thing I used throughout like college, and like I would say that's a good resource. It helps with like editing papers and like make sure the grammar's good because that's something we get graded for. And then obviously like with the boom of like ChatGPT, like that is something more people are using. I know a lot of college students use it, but I also even know some nurses that use it, like
Right.
some other fields, and like
And that's helpful.
and it's helpful.
Yeah.
So I think I've heard both ends of the spectrum, but where I lie is like I think it can be a useful tool, but I also know there is some repercussion behind it sometimes.
Okay. So, for you personally, what does your use of AI look like?
So like I mentioned, like with data science, like obviously we have to do a lot of coding, but then we also work with some machine learning to kind of help with sort out data. Like like humans couldn't do that really by themselves without that type of like machine learning, and AI does also advance with that. So I've used it like that, and I think even with the healthcare field, like it does help with like helping with like diagnosis and like kind of getting an idea. Like it's pretty smart, which can be scary to some people, but it's also like very helpful. So I think either like spectrum of like what I choose to do with my career, like I would still be like involved.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thank you.